Yo, bartender.
Bar's closed.
Hey, yo, bartender, what's good, man? Let me get a drink, man. Let me get a shot.
Hey, man, I know you just pulled up to the bar, but we closed.
Come on, man. You gotta be able to give me a shot, man. Come on.
You look like you need a drink, man, but I hate to tell you this, man. We about to close.
So you mean to tell me all these people out here, they got drinks and they got shots, but I can't get nothing. The bar closed that soon?
Okay, man, I don't know what else to say. I got this shorty half my age at the crib, and I'm trying to get to her. But last call was 10 minutes ago.
You know what? It's alright. Don't even worry about it. Don't worry about it.
All right. Tell you what, I'm gonna get you one drink, cause it look like you need
one drink. I can do one drink. I can do one drink, cause I really yeah.
Hey, man, anything, man. Look like you got a lot on your mind and you need a friend right now. Pour it on me. Ain't no last calls here.
Bar Talk with Jay.
Welcome to Bar Talk with Jay.
Welcome.
One of the things we want to brought to you by is Dispose LLC. This is a garbage company doing great things, and all I want you to do is go to the website and see what all we can do for you. I got great things coming in the future, and again, some of the things is going to be some changes, but again, before I go through all that, go to the website. You can see all what we do now, and any changes I'm going to announce at that proper time. But just check out Dispose LLC. Now I got to get back to the person been rocking with me going on 6 years. This man comes in every time with a smile. Craftmatic, how you doing tonight, big baby?
Doing good, Smooth J. Everything is great, man. How you doing tonight, bro?
I'm excited, man, because one of the things I always say, you come in with that smile,
yeah.
But I got Buddha in the building.
What's
I know
up,
y'all
Buddha?
ain't seen him in a long time. Buddha, what's going on, big baby?
What's going on, Jay? You know how it is, slow motion.
Got that Rick Ross looking at everything. That's my dog right there. That's my boy.
Yes, sir.
He be barking. He be doing these things.
Hey, look here, man. You
What's
looking
that?
super clean tonight.
Man,
What's going
I
on?
cleaned up real quick as Phil came in.
Hey, clean as a tack.
You know, I had to bring a little cleanness to the situation.
Yeah, man. You looking sharp,
because the topic gonna make me be a little dirty.
The topic just might make you.
Yeah, it might make me a little dirty. You know
tell
something?
you
So
what.
at least I came good.
I feel like I need to add some disclaimers, but I won't do it right now.
That's why we brought Buddha. Yeah, bring some backup.
Let's properly introduce ourselves. Folks, welcome to Bar Talk with Jay. My name is Craftmatic. This is my boy Smooth Jay.
In the building.
And of course, we got Buddha in the house. Woo-hoo. And we want to thank you folks for being here with us tonight. We're just here to liberate your minds with a great dialogue. And tonight's topic, why women always say men ain't shit. Where does this attitude from women come from? Can we substantiate it? Can we understand it? Can we rebuttal it? And that's what we are here to do tonight. I think I have the perfect team to make this conversation go down. Mm-hmm. So I want you folks to stay tuned. We always have a great time here. By the way, this is just Jay's vision about when you go to the bar, you know, after you start drinking your first drink, you kind of let your hair down a little bit. You kind of open up, you start talking about your issues, your concerns, your problems, and that's exactly what we do here on the show. So we want this to be liberating. We want this to be something that you can grow from, okay? Make it kind of therapeutic. Find some nuggets in this conversation. Find out, you know, is it my story? Is it Boob's story? Is it Jay's story? Whose story makes more sense to you? And how you're going to align your thought process. And so, again, we just thank you folks again for being here with us tonight. We always start the show off with a prayer.
Oh, yeah, get him.
And I got a piece of old prayer lined up for us.
Okay. Old to new, baby.
Yes,
Say
sir.
it.
And so let's just hand it over to the Father.
Okay.
Heavenly Father, we thank you tonight for your awesome presence and your love and grace and all the gifts and peace that you give us in our lives. We ask, Heavenly Father, that you would promote us in prosperity and abundance. We're asking, Father, that we should be always ahead and never behind. We're asking, Father, that we always have a fruitful supply to work from, that you give us purchasing power, perhaps, Heavenly Father. We ask, Father, that you would diversify our income so that our resources are overflowing. We're asking for more than enough, Heavenly Father, and allow us to make good decisions about how we use this prosperity and about when we use this prosperity. We're asking, Father, that you would remove all of our debts, allow them to be paid and to be canceled in full. Let all of our creditors be satisfied. We're asking, Father, for a positive outlook on our prosperity, a positive outlook on abundance. We want to feel whole and complete, and we want a extreme wealth consciousness. Give us the mindset to see where you are seeing from in terms of our wealth and the good that should come into our lives. We ask, Father, that you would be here tonight on this show, do your good and perfect work. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Somebody gonna get some money.
That's right.
Right?
Somebody.
But yeah, you know, prosperity ain't always money. Sometimes it's time. Right?
Time invested with the fact of understanding what you've been through
Yeah.
turns somewhat into wisdom when you execute correctly.
Yes.
I feel like a
Yes.
lot of time we run for one thing and we're not executing. We're forgetting the steps, the process, because we're quickly trying to get it. And that process is the only thing keeping you back. And you ain't got it down. And I feel like it's simple, but it's not simple, because when you got it in front of you, you run for what you see compared to what you already know.
Yeah.
You already know it's thicker thorns right there in front of you. You already know it's a river you got to cross. But it's so much in front of you, willing to run and risk trying to get it. Then remember, it's a path.
Yes.
And that's what he laid
Yes.
for you. And you just want to get it the quicker way.
Yeah, and what you probably should know based on Jay's comments is that it's not time to run yet. It's not time to run and go reach for something, because right now you're being nurtured, you're being grown, you're being educated and developed. That he's putting you in a position, in a character space, so that you can take, you can get the mission done. Right? He's putting you in a space. And so it's not time to reach for the dollars. I love the way T.D. Jakes says it. He says, the rains will come. Surely the rains will come. But if you have not planted seed, the rains mean nothing to you. And so this is about planting seeds. Sometimes those seeds are reading a good book. Sometimes those seeds are asking for good advice. Sometimes those seeds are doing the right thing when you know the right thing to do. Sometimes those seeds are getting up, working hard, and going the extra mile. Sometimes those seeds are looking through the eyes of excellence. And sometimes those seeds are taking ownership of the problems and the pains that you might have caused and the challenges that you might have brought into this world, into this situation, right? But there is work to be done. And I'm encouraging you to plant those seeds every single day. Every single day.
You
What else
saying
can you
that.
say on that, Jay?
You saying that. And one of the things, again, is just like when I was saying to you, you got to make sure you sit back and you watch a lot what goes on. Anticipate kind of your thoughts and what's happening, because there's lessons. And people are scared to fail. That's where success comes from. It's from you understanding the mistakes. And then you taking the mistakes and you adding your formula of what I can do differently. And next thing you know, you got a process.
Right.
That process keeps you from a lot of stuff that you already experienced.
Right.
From stuff that you didn't personally, you got from other people, but you got your formula.
And that's so powerful, Jay. Formula. I had this vision come into my mind as you were speaking. People have a vision or philosophy of failure, and what they think is that they just run in place for years and then take off. But it doesn't happen that way. See, these failures are advancing you. They're moving you forward closer. They're giving you more confidence. They're giving you more knowledge. They're giving you more experience. They're giving you more know-how. But the failures are doing something for you, right? And so, by the way, if you've got your eyes clearly on the prize, you'll never call anything you did yesterday toward your goal a failure. If you got your eyes on the prize, you know it's not failure. It's just a process. Let's take some of the pressure off ourselves, man. It's not failure. It's just the process.
I'm going to tell you just like this, the GPS. GPS taught me a whole lot. A lot of times when you got lost, you always thought, I got to start all over. GPS reroute you from where you at.
Right.
And that's how we got to start thinking. You got to say, okay, I'm here. I don't have to start over. I need to start here, and I got to make better decisions from this point to reroute to get back on task. Right? And that's where a lot of people think, well, you just got to start all the way over. You don't always have to.
Right.
Somebody told you that, and you applied that one thing and didn't understand. You went already to this point. You almost at the finish line. All you have to do is reroute and finish with your next thing you know, you probably didn't waste that much time at all, because you was on a path to take you all the way back, and you never had to go back.
Listen, a 3-degree shift. There's 360 degrees, right? A 3-degree shift will dramatically change your future. Right? It's just small shifts that we got to make, and that's ultimately what's happening in this process of failure. You think about was it Ben Franklin? Who was that with the light bulb? Was it Ben Franklin? Yeah.
Yes, it was.
No,
No, I can't. I see his face, but I can't.
think it was
Yeah,
Ben Franklin.
whoever it was with the light bulb, that he failed 10,000 times. But he didn't fail 10,000 times. He had to make 10,000 little bitty steps to get to his goal. And if we would all just look at it from that perspective, then we'll be less hard on ourselves. You know, life is about being able to manage the inside, regardless of what's going on the outside. Right. And so I got to stay in control of myself. I got to know that, hey, this is just a process. I got to know that we're going to make this, we're going to make the grade. We're going to make the money. This business is going to take off. It's going to be successful. I know I've been trying for 3 years, but it don't matter because this is what I was born to do. I tell you what, and this is a kind of a side note to that.
Okay, what's that?
If you are on a path and you are not sure if this path is for you, sometimes your failures will make you think that this ain't for you.
Right.
Sometimes your failures will make you want to turn around and go another direction. But if you are going through this quote unquote failure process and you feel at any time like you might be on the wrong path altogether, pray about it. Right? Pray about it and the Lord will come to your rescue almost immediately. In the next, for sure in the next 24 hours, the Lord will answer a prayer about right direction. Now, if you ask him for things and stuff, it might take him some time to get that. But if you need knowledge and wisdom and understanding, he'll give that to you right away. And so I'm encouraging you, don't turn around and start running the other way because you're experiencing failure. Pray about it so that the Lord can order your steps. Right?
And be prepared for the answer you might receive.
Yeah.
Because again, he might open your eyes to you. I'm serious. A lot
That's
of
good.
times
That's it.
you so quick
That's good.
to be like, why them? Why? And you pointing fingers and you asking him, and he ain't showing you nobody because it's gonna be hard to see you.
Yeah.
Because it's
Yeah.
you.
Now, I'm going to tell you, if you ain't got no relationship with him, then you probably ain't going to hear from him for a little while when you ask, right? He comes rapidly when you have a relationship with him, just like everybody else in your world. When you have a relationship with them, they're calling you right away. They're on point, right? But if you ain't talked to them in years and you call them and leave a voicemail, they were like, well, I'll call them back next week.
I'm gonna throw you back one even worse. It's kind of hard to have a relationship with you don't believe in.
Yeah.
And that's why they don't know to. In times of trouble is the only time they know to.
All right.
That's why it takes so long. My whole thing is stop and realize when he came through before, you shouldn't have never stopped. And then you will see happiness. That's why I said when you hear it, you might be mad at your friend. Half of it's you. Because you didn't want to go to him. You went to everybody else. But when they turned on you, ain't had nobody else, then you got to your knees and you went to him. And then he might be
But listen,
revealing.
but
You didn't turn to him. You went to everybody else. But he ain't the one forsake you.
I'm going to tell
It's
you
the
what,
other
Jay.
friends.
I
What
have
you got?
learned this. This is probably a difficult lesson for a lot of people to learn. But if you don't have the Lord in your life, you are going to hit a brick wall. You are going to be pressed into knowing the Lord. The universe is going to make it so. Until you find where your power comes from, your deity, your all in all, your heavenly Father, until you get to know him, that you are going to be walking on thin ice.
Okay.
Right? And so I'm just encouraging folks, don't wait till that, to that tense moment. Don't wait till anxiety. Spend some time with the Lord. You ain't got to spend a lot of time. 5 or 10 minutes a day is an incredible, I guess I'll say that's an incredible start to building a long-term relationship. 5 to 10 minutes a day. And what do? Just close your eyes and start talking to him. And ask some questions because you need to know that you're talking to him and that he's listening to you. Ask some questions and he'll answer those questions. Right? We live in a spiritual world. As much physical as this world seems, this is a spiritual world. And things and stuff are moved by the power of the word. Things and stuff are moved by the power of God. And no matter what you believe, that all you got to do is attempt it. If you attempt to pray and you attempt to seek and find, he'll show you the way. But if you sit on the sidelines saying it don't work and it don't feel good and it ain't right and
It never will.
It never will.
You beating yourself.
Yeah, you're sitting on the sidelines of your own life. Go ahead, please.
I gotta go back to the formula.
Go ahead.
You know, the formula sparked a look witness, like it just hit me, like,
Okay.
you know, back in the day, you know, we was listening to Dr. Dre, and you know, he was like, "What is it, Dre?" He was like, "It's the formula."
It's
You
the
know,
formula.
Yeah, you know, so the formula is the process.
Yes.
You know, but we can go all the way back to, I think it was like 1947, 1957, when the inventors of Formula 409, him and his brother, I think it was Morris Ruff, they invented Formula 409, but it took them the process of 408 times to get the formula right to get Formula 409.
Correct.
And we still have it today. Not because they looked at failure as an option. They said, we're going to fail, but we can't quit.
Mm-hmm.
You just got to keep going, and that perseverance and that drive is part of the process to shape and mold the God that's within you.
Yeah. Yeah. Whew, that's so powerful.
Okay, look at him. See, that's why I brought Buddha back in the building.
Yeah.
Buddha been gone for a minute. He got a little
I
something,
love
something up
that.
there.
I love
little
that.
something.
I wrote a Minecraft quote recently, and it basically said, "Get rid of your emotions. Stop worrying about how things feel, and just keep walking forward." Right? Just keep walking forward. That's all you got to do. But get your emotions out of the way, because your emotions is causing you to take half steps
And
and
go
stutter
astray.
step, and go and say what's again.
And go astray.
Yeah, and go astray. But you got to stand in the gap, and that means no matter how you feel, go hard in the paint. All right? That's the key to the message right now. Okay, we're going to go ahead and take our first break. We hope you folks are enjoying the show. We're going to jump right into the topic as soon as we get back. Again, the show is about why women always say men ain't shit. I didn't create this topic, but I think it's going to be a good one. So, y'all folks, stay tuned. We're going to be right back with more Bar Talk with Jay right after this.
Welcome back with Bar Talk with Jay.
Welcome back.
Man, I always like the fact we got them little sidebars, but I tell you right now, you got to get back into this topic because we got to talk about where it come from and why we talking about it tonight.
Yeah. You know, we don't usually attack subjects that attack men, but we gonna dive in tonight. Tonight we're talking about why women always say men ain't shit. Why are women's dominant opinion of men is that we ain't about nothing?
No,
I wonder if men's opinion is that women ain't about nothing.
Woo, well, I'm gonna allow Phil Buddha to chime in first because he actually helped come up with this topic.
Okay.
So we get to find the insight, and I ain't always able to do that because normally I got different people giving me different things, and that's why I invite him tonight because I want to get down to the dirty of what made him think of this, for we can attack and have a conversation or a debate, depending on how y'all might feel. So if you get your feelings to the side, we just gonna have a debate. If you wanna put your feelings in it, we'll have an argument.
Okay.
My whole thing is we're going for a debate, so let's give us some factual information, Phil. So we can feel a little better about this for I don't have to get cussed out.
So here we go. Phil.
Yes,
All
sir.
right. Why women always say men are not shit? What made this subject come up? How'd you get to this?
Well, you know, Jay, you know, as always, he, you know, send send out during the week, Saturday, Sunday. Hey, I need some fresh new topics. And, I was like, ooh, I want something that, would ruffle some tail feathers. So I was like, hey, let's start with women. And, them always saying, after they deal with a man and they done with a man, oh, men ain't shit. So, I mean, let's be real and let's take accountability for your actions. You chose them, so then look at your decision making skills. so we saying that I mean, in hindsight, that means that your decision making skills really ain't shit. They ain't up to par. I mean, because let's just be real.
We are.
Women always want men to be like, you need to be accountable. You need to do this. You need to do that. Okay, well, what about you? What you need to do? Let's start by you being accountable for your actions.
Okay.
And let's start by your decision-making skills.
Okay. So you chose that knucklehead.
Exactly.
And he broke your heart.
Uh-huh.
And he spent your money.
Mm-hmm.
And he knocked your box out.
Mm-hmm.
And, he met your mama, your
Only
family.
way he can do it is through you.
But see,
I'm just saying.
and I'm gonna try to defend the position right here. I'm not
Yeah,
necessarily
please.
defending
You
women
gonna
and
defend
men.
the women, the position of the woman?
It's not necessarily
Ooh, let go,
defending
bruh.
men and women. It's defending the position of somebody not liking me as a group.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
You see what I mean? I did choose her, right?
Right.
But I didn't know then.
But I don't
Well, I
know.
know now. In hindsight, yes, I made a mistake.
Right? And so when I finished relating with her, I can then look over my shoulder and say, yep, she's supposed to be in this category, and she ain't about shit, right? But I know more now, and so, you can say I was a fool.
Yeah.
You can say I was a bad decision maker, but the fact that I got out, you might even say I'm a pretty decent decision maker.
Yeah, but the thing
Finally
is-
got wide.
Right?
But the thing is, as a man, but I can only speak for me.
Right.
If I'm in a bad situation, I deal with it. I exhaust all my possibilities. And if I can't do anything positive with it, I let it go.
You let it go. But that's
I'm
what all
gonna,
of us do.
I'm not going to be stuck in that same place, because in order for you to always say, oh, man ain't shit, that means that you stuck in that time period where you got hurt. You don't want to take accountability, so you want to transfer negative emotions versus sitting back, sitting down, taking time to yourself, and healing.
Okay. But here's what happens, though, Phil. Let's just all understand the reality of the situation, right?
I'm listening.
If I go through, if a woman goes through 3 bad men, right? On the back side of that equation, after all of those relationships are done, she can pretty much say that all of those people are in this certain category,
Negative.
right? It is negative, but it's only based on her experience. Now let me ask you a question, Phil. Do you have a I'm not sure how to ask this question because you're a unique individual, right? But I'm going to attempt to put it out there like this.
Okay.
What is on a scale of 1 to 10, right? 1 being the worst, 10 being the best.
Okay.
I want you to rate how you feel about women. Do you think women ain't shit? Should they be like at a 2 or 3, or do you think that they really have character?
No, I
and
love
strength
women.
and
There's no
personality?
shortage of beautiful women ever, anyway.
So give me a number. Scale of 1 to 10.
How I feel about women?
If women ain't shit or women are shit. What give me a number?
I love women. Women are 10s to me.
Something ain't right.
Women are 10s to me. Because, hold on, let me explain myself. Because I'm not going to allow my past to fuck up my future.
I love it, Phil. I love it, Phil.
Because,
I like that.
Because if I go through 3 bad relationships, right? And every time I go through a bad relationship, and you know, that means that I'm still open to try. That means I'm still open to the possibility. That means that I'm still walking and healing.
Right.
That means I'm not being stuck where I got hurt.
And I like that. Now, I have to play devil's advocate.
Please.
Because you're saying a 10. If you loving these women, they all a 10, then no, they ain't. You ain't shit.
Right.
Because
That's the
somewhere
first thing
along
I
the
came
line,
upon.
things ain't working.
Right.
So
But no,
it ain't
no.
because they all 10.
No,
Somewhere
no.
along the line,
They was full of shit.
Yeah, some miss
Yeah.
numbers here. My whole thing is, you said 8, 9. I'm good with it because again, ain't gonna be a 10 across the board, men or women, because everybody ain't perfect. So when you say
No, I'm
they
not,
all
I'm not
are
saying that. I'm saying to me.
right, and I'm
The
fine
question
with
was
that.
posed to
And it was,
me.
Yeah, and we
So,
taking your answer.
For me, it's 10s across the board because the reason that I say it's 10s across the board because get everybody.
Let me ask you this question, Bill. Forget chance, man.
Oh yeah.
Forget chance, man. We're talking about character. What is the character of a woman? Is a woman mostly 8, 9, and 10? Is she
You didn't
mostly?
say character.
Listen, I'm trying to package all of it in one. We just need one study. Like on a scale of 1 to 10, Jay, what you expect? What would you say women are on the 1 to 10?
I would give it back to a good number. And I'm going on the high end
That's
because
high.
I'm
I'm like
automatic.
7.5.
That's high.
I'm going,
7.5.
but I'm going on the higher end because again, I'm like, I don't want to automatically judge off my past experience and say I met so many, so it can't just be a kid. But I know there's a lot of people that don't use good rationality and good thought behind half stuff they do, so that automatically puts you back to the not. Okay? Then knowing all what you know about the world and all the stuff that goes on, so then you won't be reasonable and say around 8. I'm always hoping for more, okay? And I'm giving everybody a benefit of the doubt, but then again, I have some doubt. And it's because of what I see in my reality. And I'm not saying everybody's bad, no. But when I'm listening to you, I'm understanding you, I'm going off of what you do.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to jump back and
This-
play
this-
devil's advocate. I'm going to go back to my team. Gotta have faith.
You got a lot of faith. And that's why you going to have a lot of problems.
Speak loud.
Okay.
We most of the time are the one that
No, we just get caught.
That's the cause and effect.
That's the cause and effect. Listen, and that's one of the reasons. Listen, they might be doing the same thing the man doing, but the man get caught, and that's one of the reasons women think men ain't shit, because they always getting caught cheating. And it might, listen, I'm just trying to make. I'm trying to make sense. I'm trying to make sense of the show here,
I
right?
think we're going to have to go into this with a little bit more.
We get caught, they don't.
Yeah, they don't. So we the one get tore up and ragged.
But hold on. If we get caught and they don't, it seems like somebody done mastered or played it more.
Okay.
Because think about it now.
They better at cheating.
Well, see, if they better at cheating, I mean they did it more. Okay, and they're
that-
better at it.
That means
And
we're
they're
less
cons-
attentive to
They're
stuff.
constantly thinking when
Yeah.
but at the same time, there's more women out here that's faithful than there is that cheat. Most women, they may go that way if they've been hurt so many times.
Yeah.
Most women gonna go into a relationship, they gonna be faithful.
Yeah,
I like
I-
listen,
I
and
give you that.
if y'all didn't hear what he
I
said, Booby said most women going into a relationship, they're going into it like in it to win it. They going in it to be faithful, and we can't. We know our partners and our friends and our buddies. We know that they ain't going into relationships with that mindset, right? A woman, when she comes into a relationship, she really comes in with that keeper mentality, right? That keeper attitude. And it's not to say that she ain't got some nonsense in it, like she still ain't knocking down her ex or this or that.
There you
But
go.
when she
That's a lot of
comes,
nonsense.
yeah, it is a
Not
lot
of
of
nonsense.
But when she come with a purer heart than a man,
she
purer heart than a man
Crap,
does.
she can, but remember now, we got a new generation.
let's
That
spin.
with Facebook and everything else. So sometimes they come into it with a faithful thought, but they still hold on to other bad ways. Okay, hang around certain people, put stuff out there on Facebook
I'm gonna
that
ask-
attract other people that you claim that you just gonna be with this one person.
Okay.
but yet you still got behavior of a single
I'm
person.
gonna ask y'all a death
Let's-
question in a minute.
let's
Go ahead.
Okay.
Switch the
Go ahead.
perspective a little bit.
Go ahead.
What you got?
Women come into a relationship saying, "Hey, I'm only going to be with you, and I expect the same out of you." However, the mentality is just not that. It is ownership. You are mine.
Okay.
Like, you my property.
Okay. Listen, ain't nothing we can do to change the narrative of a woman. That's how she thinks. If you're gonna be in my goods, you belong to me. I belong to you. And what we doing? You gonna get me a ring, or we gonna get married out of the country in Vegas, right?
Now, hold on. If you must get that ring out that tub, that bath tub. When you get out there, you better wrap it around your behind. Now, what I like to say is I like that because, and that's why a lot of times I don't deal with direct monogamous relationships immediately. I can see it long term. I cannot see it up front. How in the world am I just going to date you and I don't really know you? You're telling me that I'm yours and you're demanding that I don't mess with nobody and I don't really know all about you. So you can still have a whole lot of stuff in your DMs that you're contemplating. No, I ain't saying you sleeping with. I ain't saying all people cheat, but let's just say they keep options. Because they've been through things, so now they're holding on to that, and I'm trying to be that person. And remember, any slip up, she already got something else she can move to. See, that right there is not in a monogamous relationship. You can say whatever you want. You just got game ran on you, so you done gave up all your options, and she kept some just in case you didn't work out.
Yeah.
So if I kept some, it would seem like it would be more fair game. No, because then I ain't playing the game she wants. So yeah,
What you want to say, Boo?
All the relationships I've been in, it be me, for real.
Okay.
I ain't gonna lie.
Okay.
Like I said, most women, you gotta understand this too. With the main intentions when he go into, he ain't looking for a relationship most of the time.
Right.
And we fuck up so much. Got time, and woman gonna come in, she gonna be loving you when y'all start the, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whatever.
Right.
Yeah. She gonna be loving you at start.
She gonna be loving you.
Yeah.
By the time you done fucked up so much, and by the time you start caring for her, and she already checked out,
Yeah.
then that's what you really looking at. Like,
Yeah.
she did
Ooh,
what she did.
that's
Now,
deep.
but you gotta understand that's that cause and effect.
Yeah, yeah, and Ruby has said it, and we know men who are absolutely destroyed, beautiful, honest, pure women, because the women are trying to have a relationship and the guy's still out messing around, and I don't know if we can call that just his hunter nature or whatever, but it has killed families and it has killed opportunities for men to do great things with women. I want to ask the bomb question. The bomb question is, what do we dislike about men? What do women dislike about men, and what do men dislike about women? We keep putting them in categories. Men always this, and women always this. We want to get down to the nitty gritty. We got some time here. We still got 1 minute. Okay. What do you dislike about women?
Not willing to cooperate.
Okay. That's good.
we need to go to break.
One thing about that too.
Go ahead.
The right woman, I mean, a woman will be submissive for the right man. If you doing what you supposed to do, a woman will be submissive.
If you're doing what you're supposed to do, a woman will be submissive, and that really has proven itself throughout the history of mankind, time and time
But
again.
you got to
right?
remember how many people are trying to wait around to find all that out. All they can see is a mistake, and then they're not going that direction.
Right.
So again, if you're constantly making mistakes and you're constantly trying to strive to be a better person, somebody might never take the time to see all that.
Yeah.
And they're going to cut bait quick if they've been through things.
Yeah, and listen, we ain't got time to go through that shit. No, wait, I just saw that in my last relationship. Oh no,
Yeah.
I'm out.
going
Right?
through that.
But I want to get down to some of those specific qualities. What do we dislike about each other? Why do we keep having these things to say about each other? We're gonna go ahead and take our final break, and you folks stay tuned. We're gonna be right back with more Bar Talk with Jay right after this.
Welcome back to Bar Talk with Jay.
Welcome back.
Woo! It looked like y'all little going at it right there. I felt the little heat up
That
in
segment
here.
was kind of hot. That segment was kind of hot,
I feel the
right?
heat, but I want to go back in it. You know something? You said something earlier. And you said if you're feeling the fire, you're feeling some heat, you need to go on through. Well, to me, sometimes when you in the hell, bust it wide open. Don't stop, because then you center in the middle of it. It's kind of hard to learn when you're festering and burning.
That's right.
Okay? So sometimes you got to learn that when you feel it, you got to keep it moving.
Yeah.
And I really feel like sometimes it's going to happen when you got to go through some things. All right? And I don't care how much faith you have. You are put here to go through some things. And that heat and that fire that you have to go through is going to be different for everybody.
Makes you the person.
But
you
one
are.
of the things I can tell you is just stopping in the midst of it is not the best place to be.
Yeah.
That's that one right there. I would like to say you got to keep some momentum going.
Yeah.
For you can get through it. For you can look back, make some adjustment. For you don't have to go back to
Yeah.
it, because
Yeah.
that 3 degrees can land your ass right back in that fiery pit you just went through. Why would you want to keep going through what you don't have to? Because you just don't know better. But we have to do better.
There you go.
And that's what I was feeling when we were saying that.
So tonight we're talking about why women always say men ain't shit. Fellas, what is it about us? Let's get real in the field. We got about 15 minutes here. Let's get real in the field. What is it that we do that we know women don't like? What is it? Okay. You own that, right?
Yeah.
Men cheat, right?
I like to say cheating, and also the ego.
Ego.
Sometimes
Yeah,
men get
ego.
in their ego, and it portrays cheating, and it shows dishonesty. Because again, they know your heart, they know your intent. You acting way outside yourself. It could be somebody else in your ear or whatever. But that right there leads you down that small path to get you off from where you really should be.
Right.
So I say that the cheating can come behind that. Because you think about it. You got a girl that's been holding you down. You got her. She got you. Then you got somebody in your ear. You know, she doing this. Well, I can do that. So now you letting somebody put some nonsense in your head. But then you know how much we work. And yeah, she should be doing this. Then you go home with your inflated ego. And she blow it down quick. How you gonna
Jezebel.
sit here and tell me what all I need to be doing? And every time I wash your drawers, you got this big old streak going down. Don't
Jezebel
seem like you can
been in
even
your
hold
ear.
your own shit in. So they automatically come into a defense of, you bashing me, but I got us and I've got you. But to you, no, I just want you to do these other things, and all of it's miscommunicated. So now she mad at you, you mad at her. So now that person that was putting that in your ear is more appealing.
Mm-hmm.
So now you're confidently giving her information that you wouldn't normally give. You would take home. So next thing you know, you out the home already. I'm not saying that's how all cheating is happening. I'm just giving you some points of view of how things can happen. My whole thing is, again, it opens up when you allow things to open up. If you kept it in, it'll take a lot longer. But we tend to let ego strike hard. I'm just saying from a point of view that I know that it bothered me, and I put myself in that position, so I know it to be true. I can't say for each and all. It didn't just say that's the only reason why I cheated. It was still a choice. So I'm not going to say cheating and ego. It was still choices.
Ego.
But ego got me out there on a branch that my ass fell off of because I wasn't thinking about how far I stretched myself out and how inconsiderate I was.
Okay.
That's all
good.
I'm stating.
I loved it. I love it, Jay.
Not only that, this is funny. Because like anytime a man cheats, he not only gives the woman that he cheats with the opportunity, but he gives her the damn playbook. I mean, think about it. You piss off at home. You got somebody that's, a listening ear. Or that's what she portrays to be, Jezebel. She portrays to be a listening ear. So while you're confiding in her and telling her all your dislikes, you give her the damn playbook of what she needs to do to make her more appealing.
That's good. That's good. Listen, we have yet to hit those dislikes. What are those dislikes? What would you be telling her that you dislike that's going on in your house with your lady? We ain't hit the nail on the head. What are women? What are you saying? She don't listen to me. She run her mouth too much.
Attentive.
She attention too much. Attentive.
Yeah.
That's a bad thing.
Yes, because that plays into a man's ego.
You saying she's not attentive or she is too attentive?
No, that's how you get the woman the opportunity to cheat with because you let her know, you give her the playbook on what your spouse isn't doing. Mm-hmm. So if you tell her that, you know, my woman is not attentive, she's going to be attentive.
Yeah, we left that.
Yeah.
We left that.
But that plays into your ego.
Hold on. When you're talking to this other woman about about your woman at home, what are the things that you're hating?
Because that's what she's not doing.
What is it? That's what I'm trying to get to.
No, attentive. Keep being
going.
Attentive.
He want more.
She's not being attentive. She's not being attentive. Okay.
Yeah.
What else? Women are attentive to a man they love. Women are very attentive.
They can learn to stop
when they care. Yeah, but when they stop caring,
and that's when it goes
left or right.
What you got to say on the subject, Jay? The woman at home. What's her faults?
You know, I'm gonna be real honest. Half the stuff I talk about ain't the stuff she doing. It's really to humor the one that I'm talking to. She's not. It's just I lost interest. Okay? That's what it is. I'm going to be truthful with you. I got to a point where the other person got my interest where she does not show me any. You know, it seems like it's a battle when I'm at home. I'm fighting for the respect. Exactly. How am I going to go home and I got to fight for my own damn respect for my house? And the first thing she going to say, it ain't just your house. And she's correct. It ain't, but I feel like when I get there, I'm the king, and I need to get this back in control. I need my peace, but I don't have it. So
what is she doing?
She's gonna be doing different things. She's gonna be arguing with you about how bad her day was, knowing you was out there probably had a worse day. She's complaining about all the stuff you don't do, and you don't ever listen to her, and you ain't attentive, and then you ain't romantic. I watched I see on TV, and this man all romantic. You ain't romantic at all. When she ain't even realizing your ass ain't never been romantic. You ain't never had that in you. But you show care, you show concern for her mama and other people in her family, and you show her a different side, but she don't care for that. She ready to argue about the fact you don't send no roses. You don't send no roses to the house. I had to put up with the kids. You know how it is to put up with them dang old kids you got. Half of them retarded anyway, and then I got to put up with they retarded and your retarded
Hey,
self.
let me get in, Jerry.
Okay, let's have fun.
We talking about love languages.
Well, different love languages. But remember, it came close.
But look, that's what I'm saying. We're talking about love languages. So if my love language is affection and affirmation, you can buy me the damn world. It don't mean nothing to me because you're not speaking my love language.
And believe it or not, I do believe that. I always have. But if you allow me to do things and get you off of your love language and you accepted the things I was doing, then you also gave me a falseness. These happen too. Because some people don't know about love languages. They don't understand all that. They just know it somewhat makes me happy because I'm unhappy. Let me tell you about that. Happiness ain't nothing you can do to make a person happy. It starts from you.
Oh, yeah.
You have to have that. Well, guess what happens when you're not? That means I ain't understanding no love language because you ain't got no love up in here. So now all the 4 different ones you got to figure your own out first before you can start being attentive to someone else. And that's where I said, this other person in that ear, her ear, your ear, whatever, is saying things and now it's like, I don't get this and I don't get this. So I'm bitching about what a person don't do and I'm not doing either. Just being real. So a lot of times we don't want to look back. It's easier to blame. So she get blamed for a lot of things that you didn't even have the decency to have a conversation with her with. You would have it with somebody else. You see it? I'm just being honest. And then you saying all the stuff but you ain't saying you. So you gave her a playbook to play you, but you also gave her self-destruct because you ain't doing half that shit either. So by the time she win you, she'll drop you because she don't see the other things that she needs either. Because you don't got it in you. But you too busy wanting something and understanding what you have. And that's why we got the breakups and the failures today. I don't want to see us continue to go down the same bad path with results that's always going to show the same. You got to back up. And you got to realize the one that you got in your corner can really be in your corner if you take the time to really understand her and she take the time to understand you instead of giving up. I told you it's a process. You got to go through some things. If she willing to go through some of the hells with you, I wouldn't care if she cheated. She might have cheated because you didn't give her anything. You let your ego drive. But I promise you, she did everything for them kids and everything for you. But you didn't give her a whole lot of other stuff because you were stuck on you. You were stuck away from your own inner love. And then all of a sudden, I hate her. That's because you hate you.
Yeah.
Get back and loving you, and you can realize you can love her again. It ain't one thing that's going to stop you from loving a person is your damn self.
Yeah.
Because I promise you, when you get bitter and cold on the inside, you ain't going to love shit. And you're going to be by yourself. And you're going to live with that. I don't want nobody to live in that hell. That's hell by itself. That's living with no purpose. I don't want nobody there. And I heard too many people talk.
I feel like I need Jeffrey in the room right now because I ain't heard no real reality about
One
what
of the
our
questions
dislikes of
is
women.
Baggage.
What?
Baggage.
Come on.
Most of the time, because of society and women homegirls, if they go through a bad relationship, another bad relationship, because of the image that they want, they're willing to sacrifice the time that it takes for them to heal and take baggage from the past into a future relationship. That's one thing that I hate about women. Women come with baggage and they don't take the time to heal themselves because of an image that they want.
I'm going to go ahead and drink my beer, Lord.
Not only that, I'm 47. I come from a generation where if it's broke, you take the time to fix it. You don't throw it out to get a new tool.
Is that what women doing? Throwing these men away?
That's the only thing women view men as, are tools. Nothing more, nothing less.
Okay. you asked. He threw a dagger on that one.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Hey, well, listen, that's what the show is about. You know,
and that is hurtful in itself.
Yeah.
Is that's what you feel.
listen, you've known, God. I'm just trying to pound this a little bit here. You've known men who date your auntie or your cousin. You know men to date your this person or that person that you're close to, right? And these men did something to make these women be like, y'all ain't shit. What did these men do to those women who you love?
Didn't want to work.
No.
Didn't want to work.
No,
Didn't want to work.
No.
Yeah, that's good.
No.
That's good.
No,
That's
it
good.
is what the women allowed the man to do. Because if no, hear me out,
hear you, bro.
because look, it's just like this right here. Acceptance and tolerance are two totally different things.
Correct.
But it's just like starting off in the beginning of a relationship, right? If you know that you want to be in bed at 9:30 and you trying to put this facade on for this woman that she can call anytime and it's interrupting your sleep, it's interrupting your routine, you allowed her to continue to do that. So when you stop and be like, hey, this is what time I go to sleep, but then it's not, now it's, but for the past 30 days, I've been calling at this time and you always picked up. So it's always what we allow the individual to get away with or what we tolerate from the individual.
Now, let me
so if we nip it in the bud round one,
I agree with this.
that's it.
Now, let me get back
So
with
we
you.
don't allow them to.
No,
to
hold on.
Okay.
You got to remember, I said he ain't trying to work. She seen him in a position where he's trying to do other things, but he never do it. I always going like my daughters would tell me all the
talking
time.
about reality.
I'm dating somebody and daddy, he got this and he's trying to do all that. I don't shit on nobody's dreams, okay?
Yeah, of course.
But I need to see
Of course
action.
And
I'm a baby girl. I need to know what all he doing to do these things.
Yeah.
Because I know game.
Right.
And I hear him, and I ain't saying he ain't, baby. I just want to know what steps is he taking, and I need a timeline.
What's
Because
the plan?
I'm not dealing with a person that ain't showing you any way of doing something, and you are working your behind off. You doing what I need you to do to make sure my grandkids is good. And I don't need no Welch's and no coke grabbers
Leeches.
to be sitting over there talking about, oh, you cook good and you do all this, and you ain't had nothing to the table.
Yeah.
So, but they got ideas. I'm not saying the ideas ain't good. I'm telling her I need to see something with these ideas. But he'll go out and get a small job, but all the ideas of what he's trying to own is not manifesting. And that's why I say these things, it hurts my heart because I know what she's sacrificing. I know what she's doing. And she wants to see the good in this person. And she'd be like, well, Dad, I don't just want to throw him away. And I don't want to, not listen to him. And I don't want her to do all these things. But he's showing you. These are the things that I have to give my daughter time and patience. I don't want her to be with him no more. Okay? Yeah. But I can't change that.
Right.
So when he asks me, what is it, something, that one right there eats me a lot, but I can't say anything because I got to let my baby go through this process. Because if I intervene, she's going to go back.
Yep.
Because it's for daddy, my daddy. No, I need you to understand because at that point you will make a change, a permanent change, and maybe you're selective of guys and the things that they do. Not because of what daddy's saying, daddy doing good. Daddy been doing good because he wanted to see his baby girl do good.
Yeah.
I've sacrificed to make sure my kids do good. And I think that sacrifice makes a softness, not always in their life, but a softness to be more compassionate to sorry people.
Yeah.
And I don't think these sorry ass people need that kind of compassion. They need hardness. Yeah. Because if you say you're going to do it, get your ass up and do it. Even if you fail at it, she can come back and say he tried this, and I'll be like, okay. At least he mean good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but to come back and not he's still on the couch.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah. And listen, women deal with that a lot with men. There are a lot of men who don't want to get their ass up off the couch and go make something big happen. There are a lot of men who don't seem to be demonstrating leadership skills enough to even lead a family.
However, it's still what the woman allowed.
Well, listen.
Right.
Okay, you said that a moment ago. Let me address that. Because the reality is that I'm going to be patient for a little while.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And it's two people supposed to be, working together, right? I'm going to be patient for a little while, but that don't mean it's a standard. I'm going to take you out to dinner the first 2 or 3 nights, and then I want to see how you respond. Now, I done spent 100, 200, 300 plus, and let me see what's going to happen with you come the second and third day. Let me see how you going to respond. I don't want nobody sitting on the sideline. If you can't afford the kind of meals I'm taking you out to, then why don't you say, hey, I can treat, but I can't treat to this. Why don't we go to my little favorite burger spot? I'm all in. I want to hear your intention to participate in this program. If I'm spending $500 a week on bullshit with you, I expect you to tap me on the shoulder and be like, hey, what the fuck you doing? You got it like that? You balling out of control like that? No, that ain't how we save money. That ain't how we gonna make a family. That ain't how, that's what I would want somebody to do, right?
Right.
Yes, that's where you fail.
No, that's not what I fail. Because that's what I expect. I expect a team player. And if I don't get one, they're going to get fired quick.
What I'm saying, that's where you fail because you shouldn't have to invest that much.
Oh, stop it with the amount. I ain't worried about that.
No. What I'm saying is you can kill that way before you get into that.
Bro, you trying to coach me? I got to know how. I just want to know how.
No, I'm just saying, conversation rule the nation.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want no conversation. I want action.
No.
Don't tell me nothing about what you gonna do.
Talk to them. See what their plan is.
Yeah, man.
Hold on. See what their vision is.
Okay.
See what their purpose is.
All you getting? Listen. No matter what they say,
okay,
it still don't mean shit to what they do. Everybody got great stories when you when you meet them and dating them and what they into and what they like, and then you looking at 6 months later they ain't mention that thing no more, right?
Because it was just to get you.
It was just to get you. It was just it was just game, right?
That is what you allow.
Yeah, we're going to close out the show. Unfortunately, we have to because of time, but I believe that when women are always saying that men ain't shit, I think that men are misunderstood in a very dramatic way. We're very simple people. We're very simple, easygoing, straight. We're straight line people, and women are really the curves in our lives, right? And so I ask women that you would just give us another chance. As long as you got a man who wants to work hard and make something out of his life, you can probably mold him into whatever you want him to be. Right, but you got to be in the game with him. You can't be on the sideline, and I think team player is probably the biggest thing that men are always looking for. Right. Listen, we got to close out this show. We are so grateful for you folks being here with us tonight. This is Bar Talk with Jay. My name is Craftmatic. This is my boy Smooth
Yeah, we got
Jay.
part 2.
We got Buddha in the house. And of course, we want to thank you folks for being here with us tonight. We're here every Thursday from 7 to 8, Facebook Live. We're on all the other major platforms. Please like, share, subscribe, send all your friends and family. And never forget that we love you. We appreciate you. And with that, folks, we are out.